Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Stock are champions!
It doesn't get any better than that.
A classic confrontation between New York City boroughs awaits us this evening as the local Brooklyn City Football Club and visiting Downtown United Soccer Club players currently warm up, or better said, I should say, line up finally, and discuss their strategies amongst themselves respectively. This match will serve as a tone-setting opening season match, or season opener alternatively, not only for the aforementioned teams, but also for the Metropolitan Conference itself, which, alongside the Desert Conference, will start its campaign tonight, unlike the others that have already seen some action. Behind the camera is Nicholas Marshall. I am Sean Cabrera, and this is the Women's Premier Soccer League on Game in Frame. As the 22 starters, of course combining both squads, lining themselves up, likely for the national anthem. Downtown United Soccer Club sporting white tops, blue shorts, and blue socks. Meanwhile, Brooklyn City FC wearing an all-black outfit that's accompanied by almost turquoise-like details. As the national anthem is played, again, Downtown United Soccer Club sporting white tops, blue shorts, and blue socks. Of course, its netminder will be wearing an all-orange outfit. Meanwhile, in fitting New York colors, I suppose, with the orange and blue, this one turquoise, albeit, it will be the Brooklyn City FC goalkeeper in a all-turquoise outfit. For the Brooklynites, lots of hope surrounds this season. Of course, it's just starting with this match, since the last one ended with them resting just outside a top 4 Metropolitan Conference spot at 5th place due to goal differential. The downtown Manhattan representatives, on the other hand, finished their 2024 season in 2nd place, only 2 points away from 1st place and the playoffs by extension. So, a top of the table spot is on their vision board for sure. Final huddles. In the meanwhile, we can go over the rosters for both these teams. Downtown United Soccer Club will feature the likes of Kaylin Bacon, the number 7, the number 2 worn by Jessica Ann Beck. Lily Cognato wears the number 6, Sydney Cradle with the number 9, Amelia Deters wears the number 8, Emma Gupta wears the number 4, Bailey Johnson with the number 24, Dilan Jovanovic with the number 16. The number 18 belongs to Kelly Keaty, the number 21 to Amelia Moorhead. Sachi Negri will be the goalkeeper for Downtown United Soccer Club. Devin Olive wears the number 15. Grace Reyer with the number 13. The 19 belongs to Fernanda Serna. And last but certainly not least, Monica Viveros wears the number 11. Meanwhile, Brooklyn City Football Club will feature the likes of Lena Perry with the number 0. Amanda Dolan with the number 3. The 47 belonging to Lorna McFarlane. Tatiana Lissaraj wears the number 30. Lily Kiliski wears the number 11. Kaylee Goodrich with the number 29. The number 20 to Cara de Blasio. Ashley Ladner wears the number 26. The number 50 belongs to Alexa Piotrowski. Juliana Castellano wears the number 71. The number 81, meanwhile, belongs to Jessica Damond. The number 60 to Ruby Hogue. The number 7 to Tatiana Austin. Rory Schotter with the number 45. Zanik Celiston with the number 17. The number 18 belongs to Julia D'Amico. Nicolette Caneda wears the number 36, and Kira Favike wears the number 19. So live on Game and Frame, it is a battle of the boroughs here as Brooklyn City Football Club stands its ground against the Manhattan visitor Downtown United Soccer Club in this Women's Premier Soccer League season opener. It will be the home side, the Brooklynites, with the ball first. Currently at the feet of Kira. Kira with an overlapping runner in the form of Piotrowski. Piotrowski all the way back out wide. Sachi Negri may be busy here. Got her foot to it somehow. Brooklyn City FC hitting the post for the initial advantage. Somehow, some way, Downtown United Soccer Club did not concede within these opening 30 seconds. Although fortunately for them, it looks like there was a delayed call there. Very fortunate the team in white and blue for today to not concede, as that's a quick interception by Brooklyn City Football Club. Just outside the penalty area, crossing it inward. Looking for a shot from outside the box. Still inside the box. Sachi Negri, I'm not sure if she got a piece to it, but what we can confirm is that it is a corner kick. Taking just about 60 seconds, and it's a very fiery start from the Brooklynites, who last season had a record of 3 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. When we're talking about offense, however, Brooklyn City was amongst the worst in the conference. In fact, it had the second least number of goals, with just 6 throughout that campaign. But this looks to be a different start for the players in black and turquoise, as this one is crossed with the right foot toward that first post, punched by Sachi Negri, cleared off the goal line as well by a follow-up defender, and it's a goal kick for the away team. Downtown United Soccer Club, meanwhile, had a record of 6 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie, and just barely missed first place. Again, a 2-point difference kept these Manhattan representatives from the playoffs in the WPSL. As this one is already toward the back line of Brooklyn City FC. Here on this sodden ground, in these near torrential conditions, unforgiving winds, unforgiving rains. One of these teams will have to punish the other, however, in addition to Mother Nature herself, who has already done so here in the New York City area. As that ball goes out of bounds for a Brooklyn City FC throw-in. Thrown toward the 40-yard line, where waiting to receive the pass was, I believe, It would have been Amanda Dolan of Brooklyn City. Taken away by Dusk. Now it's Jessica Ann Beck, the number 2 for Dusk. Playing it back toward Emma Gupta, who represents today as well Central Connecticut State University. Goal kick to be taken, of course, by Lena Perry. Taken away by Downtown United Soccer Club in the middle third. Currently a contest that's being won by Dusk as she beats one defender with one cutting motion inward. Looking for a lateral option, it goes diagonally backwards toward the feet of Emma Gupta. Oh, with some fancy moves as well. Is going for a shot too to complement it. Not a bad effort from the number 4. Seeing herself as a number 9 in that situation. Rock solid hands likewise by Perry as this punt goes far past the halfway line. Another contest as Amelia Deters shields the ball away. Looking for a throw-in option. Taken away by Brooklyn City. As Downtown United Soccer Club returns the favor, Jovanovic getting herself involved, the Princeton University Tiger. Brooklyn City with a throw-in in the opposition's third. Toward the penalty area, the black and turquoise looking to respond quickly there. Still inside the penalty area. Brooklyn City FC with the opportunity at goal here, crossing it, and it's Sachi Negri that intercepts it. Not too much hype behind the cross. Sachi Negri was going to intercept that all day. Sachi Negri, forward-facing punt. Good control by Gupta. As Emma Gupta being tightly pressed by Kira Paveke. Pass forward by the netminder, of course, toward a reliable Devin Olive, number 15. Brooklyn City inside the penalty area, cleared away. In the right place, at the right time, I should say, is Amelia Deters. Currently 57 degrees Fahrenheit here in this part of Brooklyn, New York. Non-stop rain since practically noon. And of course, this precipitation will persist throughout the entire bout. But the question is, will there be a lightning storm? Because according to weather reports here, there should be perhaps one or two within these next hours. As Jovanovic steers it laterally. To Devin Olive it goes. The Pennsylvania State University Nittany Lion. Playing it forward toward nearby Jessica Ann Beck in the air, contesting with Amanda Dolan. Amanda Dolan still fighting for it. And Brooklyn City FC winning that duel as well. Ultimately, a through pass that should belong to Sachi Negri and her companions, as Sachi Negri herself is forced into sweeping it away. Snuffing out any offensive progress before it got too risky. Downtown United Soccer Club. Restarting from the back line as Eli Cognato in the driver's seat. Playing it toward a nearby option. Good quick passes as it's with Bacon. Taken away by Brooklyn City once more. Kira Paveke, pardon. As it's steering forward. A good challenge that the referee indicates as a corner kick. Tatiana Lisa Raj, the number 30, going down with the ball at her feet. Just a well-timed overall tackle by the players in white. So far, a scoreless affair within these opening 8+ minutes. Now that could change here from this corner kick, delivered toward that far post, almost making contact with the head of, I believe, de Blasio. Dusk with a follow-up chance, quickly halted by Brooklyn City Football Club. This is a great start by the Brooklynites, especially considering that Downtown United Soccer Club has had little to no ball time in the offensive half. But as soon as I say that, it was a crafty takeaway by Grace Rayer, who with an inward touch still steers forward alongside Jovanovic. Jovanovic inside the penalty area, shot on target at the end. So a second shot on target by Downtown United Soccer Club. This one taken by Jovanovic. The whole play being orchestrated by Grace Rayer as Brooklyn City Football Club cuts it inward instead. As she's looking for space, Sachi Negri. Good positioning from the goalkeeper, good control, and a well-focused eye. Cleared forward. It was with Bacon, taken away by Brooklyn City Football Club. Poked forward as well, Sachi Negri, currently very busy inside her own 18-yard box. Downtown United Soccer Club was the best in the Metropolitan Conference when it came to goals scored and goals allowed. Offensively, the most productive with 24 goals to its name last season, and incredibly defensively sound with just 4 conceded all season. However, these two teams can share the fact that defensively, they're both solid, as an offside call goes against Brooklyn City Football Club. Whereas Downtown United Soccer Club was number 1 in defense as well, Brooklyn City Football Club wasn't too far away, resting at 4th, only conceding 11 goals last season. Brooklyn City Football Club defending well for now, closing down that space, although it's not easy, as it's crossed inside the penalty area, still in fact inside the 18-yard box before trickling out of bounds, now at the feet of Emma Gupta. Emma Gupta toward that left wing once more. Crossed upon the second touch, right-footed. Bacon, with not too much ball time for now, the young prospect who has represented the U16 Irish side on a few occasions, as Gupta on the edge of the penalty area. Sachi Negri, excuse me, not Sachi Negri, it should be Alina Perry not being utilized in that instant. An extremely rainy and windy affair. Of course, this broadcast has been brought to you by Salt Athletic. Salt Athletic has made the Air Case, the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag that blocks smell by using antimicrobial technology that makes for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt Athletic is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount, so scan the QR code on your screen to get 10% off and keep it fresh. As that's cleared toward the nearest touchline, Dusk, for now trying to give BCFC a taste of its own medicine. And speaking of BCFC, I would like to thank its sponsor, Berry Park. Berry Park is North Brooklyn's premier venue for all things soccer. From Gotham FC watch parties to the Club World Cup on 4 screens, this is where fans come to watch it all. Berry Park. Sachi Negri toward Gupta. Gupta, who passes it out wide. Still a contest for the ball in the middle third. That's won by BCFC. A good standing challenge as well by the number 50, Alexa Piotrowski, as the referee once more blows the whistle for an offside call. If not the third, that's the second against Brooklyn City, which could just be a theme of composure here. Played forward by Cognato. Cognato toward Jovanovic. Jovanovic back out wide with one step over. She gains herself some space. Some much needed space, in fact. That was Sydney Cradle doing her job, the University of Oregon Duck. Bacon. Kaylin Bacon dispossessed, encountering a sea of black and turquoise. And a lovely through pass. She was onside. Just a little too much juice. With just a little less power, Kira Favike would have been completely onside and would have had a clear opportunity with a one-on-one versus Sachi Negri, who already has a handful of saves to her name in this match. In fact, both goalkeepers with at least a couple saves. Brooklyn City now having to defend toward that left-hand side, Downtown United Soccer Club. It's with Grace Rayer, the number 13, Grace Rayer playing it forward. Jovanovic double pressed, but no problem. Jovanovic was aiming it toward Rayer, just a little too obvious for BCFC. A very simple interception at the end. Brooklyn City Football Club from the back line with Alexa Piotrowski. Piotrowski poking it forward toward Kira. Kira nearly taking it away, but good composure likewise from Emma Gupta and company. Not losing the ball in what could have been a vital area. As now Dusk recommences from the back line. Rayer receiving that driven pass. Rayer. Referee signaling no foul. No advantage either, of course, by default. Played forward. Currently at the feet of Jessica Ann Beck. Jessica Ann Beck, left-footed cross that can be controlled by Perry. Surely the slippery conditions here affecting whether she could have caught it cleanly, but she still did her job at the end, halting the cross, intercepting it, and now generating what could be a counter here, as that's taken away by BCFC, taking advantage of the loose header. Here comes, in fact, Brooklyn City inside the penalty area. Sachi Negri once more blocking a shot. Sachi Negri diving at the feet of the striker. Kira thought she had the opening goal. Talk about great positioning by the orange netminder. As some of the local fans here begin supporting, of course, the team in black and turquoise, who have a throw-in. Piotrowski. Piotrowski, a hard pass. And at the end, it's a gift of a goal kick for Sachi Negri and co. Goal kick played short and played fast. As it's out wide toward Gupta. Gupta cutting it inward just slightly before returning back to the original zone, the exterior. Jessica Ann Beck. Beck, right-footed lob. Intercepted momentarily by Julia D'Amico. Once more returning the favor is Brooklyn City Football Club. So far, it's quite literally has been, I should say, a back and forth. Both thirds being constantly pressed as Sachi Negri feints the first pass before playing it toward the nearest option. No simple giveaway. As once more, Dusk forced into clearing it forward. Bacon, unable to control, or I've spoken too soon as she regained the ball almost instantaneously. A good job by the U16 Island national team member, who is also a product of the Dusk Academy itself. Easy interception for Tatiana Lisaraj, as she wants that every single day. Sachi, unable to get to the ball. It's Kira Favake with the goal. 1-0 in less than 18 minutes. And it's a well-deserved goal for Brooklyn City Football Club. A well-deserved and promising start. Kira Favake with the finish itself. The pass likewise by Tatiana Lisaraj. Perfectly on time, perfectly on cue. Composure clearly being a factor here, as it's 1-0 in favor of Brooklyn City Football Club. Currently at the feet of Downtown United Soccer Club, who don't often find itself behind in the scoreline. Jessica Ann Beck with a half spin, unable to beat Rory Schauder. as Downtown United Soccer Club. Attacking the exterior, specifically the left-hand side of its offensive third. Leli Cognato. Cognato asking once more for the pass. Instead, it's Jovanovic beating several defenders at the same time, nearly beating the goalkeeper, but it's a great outstretched save by the turquoise keeper. Perry with a two-handed block, as now Downtown United Soccer Club has its first corner kick of the game. It took just about 20 minutes, or more accurately, 19 minutes, as Perry, guarding her far post, tried punching it away, loose ball inside the 6-yard box, now outside the penalty area. With time and space, Bacon cutting it inward, looking for a curler. Bacon, oh, Bacon just hitting the crossbar. Almost punishing Perry, almost punishing that back line for the space granted. Not a bad attempt by Bacon. Perry toward the left-hand side. Jessica Ambeck partaking in the high press game alongside her number 11, Monica Viveros. Bacon. And something tells me that the conditions affected the trajectory of that pass. Regardless, Downtown United Soccer Club with a throw-in. Played laterally. Jovanovic. Toward the back line it goes. It's a switch play. Emma Gupta unable to get there. Not her fault whatsoever. The wet conditions might have made that ball skip faster than anticipated. Everyone getting equally affected by the non-stop rain, as Piotrowski is unable to deliver it inside the penalty area cleanly. It's a Sachi Negri recollection. Cognato playing it to our nearby defender. Gupta attacking that exposed left flank through pass. That was maybe too tight to the angle, though a good idea, as Monica Viveros approves of it. Piotrowski launching it, bouncing off the hip of Juliana Castellano, if I'm not mistaken. Played forward, Sachi Negri, asking for the ball, asking now for a clearance instead. Risky dribbling by Devin Olive, although it does pay off, showing exactly why she was playing for Penn State with that sort of coolness, as now Downtown United Soccer Club has to defend its own third. Now inside its own penalty area, Sachi Negri unable to get a hand to it, just veering off target, and I do mean just. That could have been two. A big sigh of relief from the Downtown United Soccer Club fans. Negri, the Mount St. Mary's University goalkeeper. Gupta, once more, the target of that pass, but it's not getting to her. She certainly has the pace, but with these slippery conditions, that accelerates any pass, any ball, as entering the game is Ashley Ladner. Replacing for now, Nicolette Caneda. BCFC crossing it just outside the penalty area. Loose ball for the Brooklynites, taken away once more. With a good vision, chipping it forward. The white jerseys unable to penetrate that black back line for now. Sachi Negri to restart things from her foot. Cognato asking for the pass. Cognato receives. The incoming Oakland University Golden Grizzly Emma Gupta with some fancy moves as well. Cognato. Looking at her number 9, Sydney Cradle. Cradle, right-footed cross, inside the 6-yard box, and it's that rock-solid hands. Great positioning from Perry. That was all about positioning. Perry shuffled well inside her own 6-yard box, let alone her goal line. Likewise, Cradle with a lovely cross. Unfortunate that it didn't end in goal, but it's a promising sign for the visiting team, who find themselves down in the scoreboard 1-0, thanks to a Kira Favake goal around the 18th minute mark. As entering the game is Lily Kiliski. Lily, tracking down that ball immediately, contributing herself to the defensive play. The same could be said for Lorna McFarlane. Gupta, chasing down that ball. She has a lot of space to herself. Gupta, who has shown some saucy moves with some step-overs as well to accompany her. Gupta playing it back toward Amelia Deters. Gupta, that time the inward step over, not fooling her defender in black, though it will be a goal kick. Tatiana Austin enters the game, replacing, I believe, the goal scorer herself, Kira Favake. We'll confirm shortly. As it's already at the feet of Austin, or at least it should have been. Letting that ball go by for the throw-in instead. And my eyes do not mistake me. It was Kira Favake, the goal scorer, for now, who has been replaced. Filling in the role is Tatiana Austin. Thrown for Downtown United Soccer Club as Emma Gupta rushes toward the ball. Collision for the ball. Jessica Ann Beck winning it at the end. Back-to-back throw-ins in favor of Dusk, who have 2 warming up behind the touchline. One of those 2 being Bailey Johnson, as we could see her number 24. Unable to confirm the other one for now. Jessica Ann Beck. Giveaway for Piotrowski. Just on the edge of the opposition's third. Brooklyn City Football Club stalling. Early cross into the penalty area. Unable to extend her leg in time. Julia D'Amico just lets that ball go by. Downtown United Soccer Club. Right-footed push interrupted by Rory. Rory was looking for the 1-2. It's a through pass. Trying to rush to it in time. A lot of space, but a lot of speed as well. Jovanovic. Surrounded by many, the number 16. As Bacon, with a lovely idea that forces Perry outside her 18-yard box, going for the simplest option in the form of clearing it toward the nearest touchline. Again, some pesky winds here. Again, borderline torrential conditions. For now, the rain has died down just a little bit, contrary to the weather reports not too long ago that anticipated lightning strikes, in fact, here. Brooklyn City FC momentarily losing the ball in the middle third. Winds of 10 miles per hour, gusts of up to 18. Something tells me it feels a little worse than that. As Gupta rushes to the ball, back up. is the striker for having gone for the ball and in having slipped, fouled her up. Played forward, Gupta. Gupta being heavily utilized as Grace Rayer directs that pass to go toward Monica Viveros. Viveros looking for that through pass as well, unable to fully connect. Cognato winning herself some space before passing it backwards. Calmly played by the back. Lateral play. Cognato. Jovanovic. Del Jovanovic, who last placed a shot on target from outside the penalty area, hoping to connect with Sydney Cradle. Free Brooklyn City Football these substitutions. As Bacon and Viveros are replaced for now, the number 7 and 11 respectively. Entering the game for sure is Bailey Johnson. And in that quick glimpse, I believe Fernanda Serna is entering the game. It is Fernanda Serna, the number 19 for Downtown United Soccer Club. And Fordham University Ram as well. Brooklyn City Football Club testing that back line, and suddenly it's a defender gone dribbler, gone midfielder. Downtown United Soccer Club steering it forward from that right-hand side inside the penalty area, going down after a clean challenge by Rory and co. Rory, ambitious pass toward de Blasio. We are within the final quarter hour of this first half. 1-0 is the scoreline. Aside from the scoreboard itself, everything else on paper has indicated that this has been an even game. In terms of possession, both teams have had their fair chances. The same could be said for their shots and shots on target ratio, as a no-nonsense clearance is blocked, but it does turn into a lucky pass. One that's taken by McFarland. McFarland, the number 47, poking it forward. And although the ambition was there, the vision was there as well. Just a little too much. And it's a goal kick for Downtown United Soccer Club. As it's a goal kick that's played short as well, using the outside part of her foot. The defender connects with Grace Rayer. That defender in question being Amelia de Ters, as Sachi Negri forced to slide it out of harm's way. It turns into a pass as well, as Negri reinstates some control in her back line. Ball goes out of play, aimed toward Kelly Keedy. Throw in for Brooklyn City Football Club. And it almost feels like in the blink of an eye, more than half an hour has passed. It's hard to believe that when I was taking a look at the clock here. As Tatiana Austin races with Emma Gupta. It's a neck-and-neck race between these two thoroughbreds, and eventually Gupta can escort it beyond the boundary. And Gupta giving away the throw-in. Although Downtown United Soccer Club fails to be punished for it, as Jessica Ann Beck draws the infraction. Entering the game soon is Ruby Hogue. We'll see as to whom Ruby will be replacing. Momentarily controlled by Bailey Johnson, the now Manhattan College Jasper, as Ashley Ladner, who entered this game as a substitute, playing it laterally. De Blasio back to Ladner, looking for options. It's Austin, strong touch. Sachi Negri with a gift of a ball. If that ball weren't so wet, Austin surely would have kept it all to herself and would have made the back line of Downtown United Soccer Club pay for it, for giving her that much space. Though for now, it's Fernanda Serna who draws the foul. Again, Ruby is entering the game for Brooklyn City Football Club, as we confirm shortly who has been replaced. As it's Cara de Blasio. So de Blasio out, Ruby in. Gupta, who has been a much said name in this first half, playing a near omnipresent role, in fact. Wherever that ball goes, Gupta isn't too far away. In fact, speaking of Gupta, receiving that pass in the middle third, beating one with the dribble, or so one would think, as McFarland recovers. McFarland, she's offside. No more than half a body, but it's the right call. Accurate call by the assistant referee. As one has to show those arbitrators some love. Enduring these conditions alongside the players themselves, all while making the hard, tough, and rough choices. Speaking of which, an infraction called against Brooklyn City Football Club. Amelia deters. Backtracks. Puts this one into the air, controlled by Bailey. Bailey wrestled off the ball. Through pass. It's a race that Sachi Negri can win. Rigged from the start, as that ball made it all the way to her penalty area. Lateral toward Lily Cognato, the Oakland University Golden Grizzly. It's with Gupta. Gupta, who's so shifty when the ball's at her feet. Play toward the dusk right wing. Cleared away as it was an 18-on-18 battle. Julia D'Amico versus Kelly Keedy. Substitutions in effect as Nicolette Caneda re-enters the game, replacing Lorna McFarland, who defensively has been astoundingly firm. Rayer, back pass, should have been an interception, should have been a takeaway, and now it will be a test for the goalkeeper, who with an easy catch stops the third shot on target, I believe, from the players in white. Back to Perry, the turquoise goalkeeper. Rory driving that pass toward Austin. Tatiana Austin toward an onside Piotrowski, or so we thought. The assistant referee claiming that Piotrowski was already offside. I'm not sure about that one. That one is very close. Substitutions galore as Zanik Celiston enters the game. So Zanik will be playing that leading striker role, judging by her positioning right now. In fact, Brooklyn City Football Club has been quite fluid with its formation, currently displaying a back line of 3, with normally the right back, I believe, in the form of Piotrowski, turning into an extra midfielder whenever required. As Austin dribbles it away from 2. Piotrowski, that ball just slipping past her. Austin versus Gupta. Gupta retreats, passing it toward the Turs. The Turs plays it toward Devin Olive. Dusk, unable to keep the ball to itself, and that's maybe why the scoreboard for now reads Brooklyn City FC 1, Downtown United Soccer Club 0. Downtown United Soccer Club has been giving away the ball in what could have been, or what could have resulted in the goal-scoring chances. The ideas are there, but it's all about a matter of position as well as communication, as Bailey Johnson indirectly forces that missed pass as Perry, from within her penalty area, raises her arm, clearly offside. The final 5 minutes of this first half are upon us. Scoreline has remained the same from circa the 18th minute, thanks to Kira Favake. Turning it inward, pushing toward that left-hand side, Rayer. Quick pass toward D'Amico. Gupta. Gupta with one step over, 2 step overs. Might have been 1 step over too many, as it allowed Lily Kiliski to take it away. An infraction going against BCFC, an innocent one, as Ashley Ladner ends up crashing into Sydney Cradle. Free kick taken by Dusk. Fernanda Serna beating 2 at the same time with a single dribble through pass halted by Rory. Again, you are watching the Women's Premier Soccer League right here on Game and Frame. Austin dropping the shoulder and waiting parallel to her was Ashley Ladner. Perry playing it as well toward D'Amico. D'Amico being immediately pressed by Cradle. Cradle unable to take the ball fully away, as now Brooklyn City Football Club was approaching the final third little by little, but ends up losing it at the final border of the neutral third. Gupta. Gupta scans. Gupta from the left wing plays it out wide toward Rayer. The Emory University Eagle at the feet of Kelly Keaty, looking for a crossing option, right-footed toward that far post, cleared away by BCFC. Gupta controlling with her torso. 1 step over is enough to beat Zanik, and a second push results in a third defender clearing it forward. Well, the action, very much so like the rain and wind here, has very much to cease. In other words, no stop here. It's been continuous, and there have been little to no pauses. And of course, that's a good sign. A back and forth game, considering that there's only 1 goal separating these two. For now, Brooklyn has the upper hand on Manhattan in this battle of boroughs. And that could be a foul, and it is. Overextending with the sliding challenge. Trying to poke away the ball. Downtown United Soccer Club now has a free kick from, give or take, 20 yards away from goal. Perry assembles no wall. It's a lobbed cross. Perry palms it away Gupta, unable to pull the trigger. Zanik. As asking for the pass is Rayer. Gupta would also be a nearby option. It is Rayer who receives. Rayer dancing upon the touchline, keeps it in bounds. Deters toward Cognato. As Cognato trusts the footwork of Fernanda Serna, who returns that favor with Kelly Keedy, whose passing is interrupted by Brooklyn City Football Club. Ashley Ladner playing it toward the back line as it eventually makes its way toward that right-hand side, currently occupied by Piotrowski. Piotrowski lobbing it towards Zanik. Sachi Negri collecting the loose ball. It was going to make it past Tatiana Austin. Although she was chasing it down, the true danger was the number 17, not the 7. And at the end, that will be the final touch of the ball here in this first half. Non-stop action, little to no pauses, as aforementioned. We are in for a treat. High octane this game has been, as it's Brooklyn City Football Club that has the 1-0 advantage over Downtown United Soccer Club. That being said, do stay tuned, of course, as we show a message from our sponsors and as we go over the halftime analysis and naturally the second half. This is the WPSL on Game in Frame.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
And before we can delve into the halftime analysis here in this season-opening WPSL match for both Downtown United Soccer Club and Brooklyn City Football Club, I'd like to remind you that this broadcast has been brought to you by Salt Athletic. Salt Athletic has made the Aircase the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag that blocks smell by using antimicrobial technology that makes for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt Athletic is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount, so scan the QR code on your screen to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Likewise, Brooklyn City Football Club would like to thank its sponsor, Barry Park. Barry Park is North Brooklyn's premier venue for all things soccer. From Gotham FC watch parties to the Club World Cup on 4 screens, this is where fans come to watch it all, Barry Park. Likewise, as we have you here, I'd like to remind you of the upcoming matches here on Game in Frame. Starting with the Women's Premier Soccer League once more, Brooklyn City Football Club 2 will be taking on Independence. That match will occur on May 30th in an evening bout, 7:30. The day, actually 2 days right after, June 1st, dusk, Downtown United Soccer Club takes on the Long Island side, Sousa. Likewise, in a Metropolitan showdown in the WPSL, that one is an afternoon bout at 2:30 p.m. And last, but certainly not least, in the USLW League, Morris Elite Soccer Club makes a long trip from New Jersey to Long Island as they take on the Rough Riders. That match will be occurring likewise on June 1st at 4:30 p.m. All these matches will be broadcast exclusively here on Game and Frame, your home for grassroots soccer. Of course, Brooklyn City Football Club has the advantage, but as we had stated various times throughout the broadcast, this game and all other facets is practically identical, equal, very little that separates these two, in other words. And of course, with the keys to the game being so similar, we have to really dissect what's going on with Dusk first at this moment, the away side, down by 1 goal, but certainly with a good number of shots on target, shots attempted, as well as crosses attempted if you're looking at it from the grander picture. Dusk has been doing everything relatively well. Unfortunately, it hasn't resulted in goal for them. However, in order for that to change, Downtown United Soccer Club must avoid losing the ball in the final third. The Manhattan representatives are excellent at building up the play itself, from the defensive third to the final third, doing everything right. It's all a matter of the penultimate touch, per se. Not necessarily taking the shots themselves. For example, we had seen various times how a lobbed pass would end up intercepted by Rory or Perry herself, the center back and goalkeeper respectively in the first half. Similarly, for Brooklyn City FC, attempting various through passes has also been the name of the game. However, even though the Brooklyn Knights did find a goal like that, the only problem arises when we look at the offside tally, in which Brooklyn City FC currently has a monopoly over its Manhattan foes. Within the opening half hour or so, Brooklyn City Football Club had 3 offside calls against it. So BCFC must continue attacking with those through passes, great ingenuity, great creativity. However, in order to complement all that, the Brooklyn Knights must time their runs better. It's a positive key, and it's more of a nitpick, admittedly, but Brooklyn City FC is just 45 minutes away from what could be a surprising and, like I said earlier, tone-setting win for the rest of this season. From being 5th in the Metropolitan Conference of the WPSL, Brooklyn City FC, in winning this match perhaps, can find that necessary momentum to take hold of the Metropolitan Conference. Of course, that's something that Dusk won't permit without a fight itself, considering that Dusk, again, last season finished in 2nd place, despite being the most offensively and defensively productive team. As it will be Downtown United Soccer Club that restarts this match for this second half, 45 more minutes as Dusk from the back line plays it out wide. Still rainy conditions as well as hefty winds. And who would have thought that in such conditions, just a few days away from June itself, in fact, this Sunday will be June 1st, who would have thought that we would have had some hand-numbing cold, partially due to the rains, of course, aggravated by the winds. But who would have thought that as we approach some of the first days of summer? Cradle, lateral pass, deadly giveaway perhaps, as Brooklyn City Football Club lets it fly, a ricochet that results in a corner kick. So it took less than 90 seconds, more accurately, it took less than 80 seconds for the first corner kick in this second half to occur. And it belongs to BCFC. As Bailey Johnson guards the near post, crossed inside, still bouncing around the penalty area, eventually trickling out of bounds. So it's a throw-in for Downtown United Soccer Club. Jovanovic can't beat McFarland. McFarland turns that tackle into a pass as she loses her step. Tripping up a little bit was Tatiana Lisaraj, who, if I'm not mistaken, registered an assist to Kira. As this one, going toward the near post, trying to stun Sachi Negri. It veers off target, but it's not a bad effort whatsoever. And it does feel a lot colder here in Brooklyn, New York, now that the sun has officially set and gone. Using the back heel to defend, Devin Olive, demonstrating composure. As that ball makes itself into the opposite half, keeping it in play was Amanda Dolan, as Amanda Dolan trusts the footwork of Perry. Perry, who from well outside her 18-yard box plays it toward Piotrowski on the right exterior of the field. 55 degrees Fahrenheit here in this part of Brooklyn, New York. Still some persistent rain. Winds of 10 miles per hour, gusts of up to 19. The winds blowing toward our camera angle. So in other words, if you were seated right next to us here, from which we have our camera, you'd feel the wind blowing directly against you. So it's also a somewhat annoying day to have an umbrella. Lots of turning inside out. As Amanda Dolan was trying to keep it in play alongside Kira. Kira ended up losing the ball, though it is a Downtown United Soccer Club concession of throw-in. So BCFC once more from the touchline launches this one as it made its way toward the 50-yard line. Dusk looking for some rhythm, although it's quickly halted as BCFC, she drops the shoulder once, gains herself some space from the extremity of the field, outside the 18-yard box, Sachi Negri, firm hands. An ambitious shot from Brooklyn City Football Club. Scoreline remains the same as Negri puts this ball back into circulation. Bacon closely marking Nicolette Caneda. Bouncing off the foot of Cognato. who for a moment connected with her target, but it's a takeaway. Now a shot generated from that takeaway. Not a bad effort from BCFC attempting the first shots in this half. More specifically, I believe that was de Blasio who pulled the trigger. As Negri thinks about playing the goal kick short. She's forced into playing it longer toward Jovanovic. Jovanovic calmly playing it toward Serna. Fernanda Serna. Serna having to drop back. Quick 1-2. Just winning herself some real estate. As Cradle plays it back to Serna, who draws the foul. It was Caneda who was called the sinner in that situation, as now Rayer. Toward the left-hand side it went. Amelia deters, unable to keep it to herself. Weather reports still warn of a lightning strike in Brooklyn, New York. Though for now, none have been seen in this venue as this match has gone on, fortunately. As Perry retreats toward her goal line, Bailey dispossessed as Brooklyn City Football Club relies on the calm dribbling of de Blasio. De Blasio asking for the pass, asking for the ball from Giulia D'Amico. De Blasio. Likewise, losing the tussle to Devin Olive as Jovanovic making her way into the final third, loses the ball in a vital area. And fortunately for her, draws the throw-in, not the corner kick, but something is always better than nothing in these circumstances. And we were talking about how important it will be for Downtown United Soccer Club to keep the ball to itself in the final third. They have seldom lost the ball in the middle third, and let alone the defense if they're the Manhattan representatives. But it's something that they must work on in the final third, as that one results in a giveaway, or more accurately, a goal kick. Those final touches before goal are key to this game. Goal kick played short. Intercepted by Downtown United Soccer Club. Switch play interrupted as she brings it down. Serna left in an uncomfortable spot. Retreating all the way back. Devin Olive. Olive towards Serna. Serna to Jovanovic. Jovanovic in the final third, just outside the penalty area. One step over. Right-footed push inside the 18-yard box. Crossing it along the ground. Serna, selfless play. Bacon dispossessed at the end. Cleared. Another chance. Jovanovic from the exterior. Prodding it forward. Losing it in the process. Goal kick for Brooklyn City FC. Dangerous moment for BCFC. Solid sequence as well from Dusk. Of course, Jovanovic, the final white jersey to touch it before that goal kick. And Jovanovic alongside Viveros are two returning Dusk players that were mentioned in the 2024 Metropolitan Conference Best 11 in the WPSL. Thrown forward. BCFC from a tight spot, using the heel for some pizzazz, and maybe as a means of desperation to keep it in play, trying to force the rebound off the Dusk player, but it results in a throw-in for the away team. Cradle. With that two-handed launch. Jovanovic. Toward Olive. Devin Olive. Outfoxing de Blasio for now. Her teammate unable to fully do the same. Devin Olive drawing the foul. You can respect the aggressive drive. She was a little late to the party, but the fact that she was willing to commit to the high press whilst being outnumbered is admirable. Jovanovic. Jovanovic just speeding past Julia D'Amico. Takeaway. PCFC. Back out wide, D'Amico. Retreats to her goalkeeper, deadly giveaway. Bailey Johnson to punish, unable to do so. As it will be a goal kick. An extremely dangerous moment that 9 times out of 10 would have resulted in an equalizer. Perry might have forced that extra touch just enough. Bailey a mere centimeters away from what could have been an equalizing goal. Perry from within her 6-yard box. Dusk unable to beat the clearance of Amanda Dolan. Throw in for Dusk. As we have roughly 34 minutes left in this match. Or more accurately, 33, now that the scoreboard in this venue indicates 57 minutes have been played. 33 left. A lot at stake here in this season opener. Dusk, as indicated by its record, was amongst the best, no doubt, in the Metropolitan Conference, and was a key competitor in that 2-horse race, arguably, for the top of the table, having lost by 2 points to Susa, who then went on to get eliminated in its introductory postseason round, as BCFC looks to punish Sachi Negri! Goal! From outside the 18-yard box, Brooklyn City Football Club finds the second goal. A lot of power behind it, and you can tell by the stance of Sachi Negri. A fierce knuckleball, beating the orange goalkeeper. And for now, the scoreline reads Brooklyn City Football Club 2, Downtown United Soccer Club 0. It was an ambitious shot from outside the 18-yard box. And although Sachi Negri was well positioned, it was all a matter of that swerving movement. Dusk, with a little over a half hour left, has to find a response. It's a 2-goal deficit, which is again a seldom found situation for Downtown United Soccer Club as of last season. This could be 3. It is 3. BCFC has found its rhythm, has found its dominance. Poked into the far corner. All it needed was a delicate touch, and she steers it home. 3-0. 2 goals within the most recent 3 minutes. Well deserved by Brooklyn City Football Club. 3-0 is the scoreline. Pure intensity from the Brooklynites. Jovanovic, dispossessed. Cradle. It's all now about composure. A daunting 3-goal deficit currently haunts Dusk. But a 3-goal comeback isn't impossible, as that cross is intercepted. Rayer returning the favor. Bacon with the half spin. It goes back to Cradle. Cradle beating one on the dribble. Cradle still looking about it as it makes it past Bailey. Kept in play by Dusk. Eventually poked out by, I believe, Piotrowski. And the dedicated fans of BCFC cheering on, of course, the local side. As Perry readjusts the ball for this goal kick that makes its way just past the 35-yard line and along the BCFC left flank it goes. In possession is Devin Olive. Ball goes out of bounds for a BCFC throw-in. As Cradle, upon her second touch, plays it toward a nearby midfielder, Jovanovic. Trying to secure that real estate via a through pass to Rayer. As Perry has a nearby defender whose pass is blocked immediately. And that could result in a tight throw, and had she not kept it alive, in fact. Good hustle play by Dusk, who enters the penalty area now. Good defensive sequence by BCFC. An uncomfortable spot, tight range. Cradle now rushing for the ball as it goes out for a throw-in. Dusk still in the driver's seat for now. BCFC looking for the 4th goal. And surely this could be the 4th. Sachi Negri catches it. Great position by Sachi Negri. Point blank range. Not to mention firm reflexes. Piotrowski wrestling for the ball. Caught in an aerial duel, in fact. That's won by Dusk. Bacon outside the penalty area. Another through pass. And there's that missing touch of communication in the final third. We've seen it a lot of times here. That's all that's missing. 3-0 is the scoreline. Brooklyn City Football Club tripled its lead. Give or take 7 minutes ago. A shot from outside the 18-yard box that knuckled downward, stunned Negri. The 3rd goal was a delicate poke toward the far post. As Jovanovic, quickly halted, returns the favor, the Princeton University Tiger, as well as returning Dusk player of the conference's best 11, Rayer. Devin Olive. Olive. Trusting her defender likewise. Outside the penalty area, she's thinking about the shot. Bailey Johnson almost makes it. Very close to it. Was trying to confirm whether Perry got a touch on it or not. The referee indicates a goal kick. And Johnson almost finds an offensive response for Dusk. Substitution in effect. Fernanda Serna exits. Jessica Ann Beck, I believe, back in the game, having replaced Serna. It is Beck, in fact. Beck on the right wing. Well positioned, but Amanda Dolan also well positioned. More substitutions here for Dusk. Kelly Keedy exiting for now, replaced by Monica Viveros. So again, Viveros and Jovanovic, the two returning Dusk members who are part of last season's conference best 11. Cradle thinking about the shot, knuckling downward. Easy ball for Perry. The other Dusk player from last season who did not return to the squad this year for now was Claire Pinney, in charge of the back line, as now Cradle, touch too strong, Brooklyn City Football Club, for now keeping its cool and momentum as Cara de Blasio opens up for the pass. This one goes instead toward Caneda. Toward the right wing it goes. And this surely would be a special start for BCFC, assuming the scoreline remains the same. Not only did it offensively prove its dominance, but likewise from the defensive standpoint, it's currently a clean sheet. A favorable start. And perhaps a much needed win to get the engine going to start this season, as Perry clears it away. Off the head of the defender. McFarland, despite being pressed by two, was as calm and cool as ever. And she already has one goal to her name. Oh, it's a second from outside the 18-yard box. Goal! Brooklyn City! That's two. Both from range. This one perfectly sniped toward that bottom corner. Punished for a fourth time, Dusk now faces a 4-goal deficit. It's pure joy for Brooklyn City. 4-0 is the scoreline. 2 goals from outside the 18-yard box. That is one heck of a brace. As she's thinking about the hat trick, perhaps. She would have been offside. That's a good call by the striker herself. Well positioned, good attention to detail. Another opportunity, BCFC high pressing it. Ultimately conceding the goal kick, but not a bad drive from the off-ball perspective. 4-0 is the scoreline again. The first half only saw 1 goal separating these two. Suddenly, about 25 minutes later, or more accurately, 23 minutes, BCFC found the back of the net not once, not twice, but thrice. 2 of which coming from outside the 18-yard box from the same striker herself. As with some space, as Lisa Raj, Sachi Negri, to collect the loose ball. Those through passes were going to pay off. And it was all about timing those decisions, timing those runs. Dangerous ricochet, BCFC racing to the ball, Cradle the first at it. Ball makes it past the number 8 of Downtown United Soccer Club, Amelia Deters. And BCFC sees not 1 but 2, or pardon me, it looks like there's a hidden Brooklynite, 3 substitutions. So Ashley Ladner re-enters the game alongside Tatiana Austin. And Lily Kaliski exiting the game is 36, 30, and 20. So Caneda alongside de Blasio, as well as the Sarraj, all exit the game. Less than 20 minutes away are the Brooklynites from a season-opening victory in convincing fashion, to say the least. As the brace scorer herself dispossessed, the defender clearing it forward. Downtown United Soccer Club. Cradle opening for the pass for Devin Olive. Cradle receives. Jovanovic dropping back, quick scan over the shoulder. Marked tightly by Ladner, Jovanovic plays it out toward the left-hand side. Monica Viveros would have been the target as Perry reassembles this ball for a goal kick. The goalkeeper in turquoise, for now certainly joyous with this 4-goal lead. A 4-goal lead that complements her clean sheet at this moment. And I'm sure the word that was thrown around in that locker room was intensity. It's all that's been shown across these 71 plus minutes. Dusk with the momentum, crossing it inside the penalty area. Bailey Johnson, unable to beat Amanda Dolan when it comes to speed, at least in that situation. Dusk, once more unable to penetrate that back line. Quick passes. BCFC losing the ball in what could have been a precious area. The brace scorer thinking about her hat trick. Bailey. A shot that's blocked but turns itself into a pass as it goes out for a Dusk throw-in. And again, this WPSL transmission on Game and Frame has been brought to you by Salt Athletic. Salt Athletic has made the Aircase, the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag that blocks smell by using antimicrobial technology, as this ball ends up in the gloves of the netminder. So of course, do make sure to use the QR code on your screen to get 10% off and keep it fresh. As that's a lovely through pass. She's onside from the left-hand side. Sachi Negri denies her. Another opportunity for now whiffed. Kira, who scored the opener, almost found her second. And it's with Ladner playing it out wide toward Kira. Kira, right-footed cross on the edge of the box. Jovanovic now receiving. Jovanovic pauses. Oh, that should be a foul. Oh, wow, that surprised me. The referee called the foul against Brooklyn City Football Club. I thought for sure it would be against Jovanovic. It looked like she was grabbing her opponent from behind, but the referee must have seen something else that I didn't. There must have been some detail that from this angle, high in this Brooklyn venue, I must have missed surely. The arbitration has been otherwise perfect throughout this evening. No controversy. All correct calls. Free kick. Viveros keeping it to herself. Viveros inside the 18-yard box. 4-1. Viveros drawing back at least one goal for the Manhattan representatives. No clean sheet for Perry, though she still has that 3-goal lead alongside her BCFC teammates. Again, 4-1 is the scoreline. A free kick assist, a dead ball assist for Downtown United Soccer Club. Again, Monica Viveros with the finish. Dolan Aiming the ball toward Tatiana Austin. Lobbed, coast to coast. Dusk now trying to surmount a 3-goal hole after being down 4-0. Left-footed pass that's intercepted by Devon Olive. Devon Olive. Olive with the touch too strong. Luckily for her, she has another midfielder. Cradle. Might have gotten a piece of her opponent at the end of that tackle. The referee sees no foul. Cradle stopping the initial pass. Bacon steering it inward. Relying on her number 8, Amelia Deters. From outside the penalty area, Dusk thinking about a cross. The first one faked, the second one faked. Third one driven inside the 6-yard box. Cleared away by Dolan. We are within the final quarter hour here, or more accurately, 14 minutes now. Bacon with some aggressive defending that's much needed. Desperate clearance. A clearance gone switch play in reality, as Kira encounters Cradle. Devon Olive. Olive lobbed. Should be an easy ball for Perry, to which it is. McFarlane, who has defensively dominated the middle third. And Zanik will be re-emerging in this game, the number 17, warming up currently on the sideline, as we find ourselves within the final 13 minutes. 4-1 is the scoreline. Emma Gupta re-enters the game for Dusk alongside Amelia Moorhead. So Moorhead and Gupta are in. Bacon as well as Johnson find themselves replaced. Played laterally. Cradle has Zanik, who just entered the game, marking her. As Gupta plays a more aggressive position here. No longer playing a pure fullback role, judging by her positioning. Dangerous pass down the middle. Most goalkeepers don't often do that, especially with the pressure so close. Although this one can turn into a fortuitous situation as Tatiana Austin chips it just wide. Tatiana Austin, in the blink of an eye, almost finding the 5th goal for BCFC. High risk, high reward pass in reality from Perry, placing it down the ground, down the middle. And her recipient, likewise, with the extraordinary vision to find Tatiana. Dusk arguably fortunate to not concede a 5th, as now they look to return the favor. Not crossing it immediately. One step over, several touches later, back passing it. She has a better opportunity. Driven pass, she's offside. No doubt about it. Too many touches results in a giveaway. Set piece for BCFC from its own third. Under 11 minutes remain. Very few pauses throughout the entirety of this game. Played out wide, albeit in a short fashion. Currently with Ladner. Ladner toward the right wing. Likewise is looking for some real estate herself. Back to Ladner. Ladner Left-footed shot. Sachi Negri is it over the goal line. The referee says no. That swerved down with some ferocity and some velocity. It's still 4-1. The crossbar on this occasion saving Sachi Negri as well as her teammates. Devin Olive has Cradle on the right-hand side alongside Gupta. It goes toward neither. At the end, Jovanovic, the intended recipient. Ladner. Austin trying to beat Amelia de Tours with some creativity, some craftiness. Wasn't successful as Downtown United Soccer Club, unable to fully steer it forward, wins its throw-in here. Toward the chest of the defender, Kelly Keedy. Cradle, receiving the pass from Rayer. Cradle, back to Rayer. Past Perry, no problem. Looking to burn some seconds here, stopping the ball with her body and not with her hands. Eventually picking it up. Cleared forward. Devin Olive winning that mini contest for the ball. 8 minutes and 15 seconds remain. Gupta to take this throw, and perhaps, though first, we are seeing the reemergence of Caneda alongside the Siraj. McFarlane substituted alongside the brace scorer. Zanik. Caught in a game of keep away. She's currently victorious, using her physicality, but at the end she rides on the ground. And hopefully it's nothing serious, as the training staff is now asked to approach the number 17. As one could perhaps hear some audible cries of pain, and hopefully it's nothing serious. And this is really the first true pause of this game. Again, the training staff currently making sure that Zanik is fit enough to continue. It was really hard to tell what exactly happened. She shoved off the defender off the ball and a clean charge, but in the process almost went down immediately. Although currently the athletic staff is checking out her leg, nearby her knee in fact. Of course, one should never speculate, but judging by the stance of the athletic staff, it appears that something might have happened to Zanik's left knee, as both teams have their respective huddles in their own halves to discuss some final minutes strategy as the clock continues to count upward here in this part of Brooklyn, New York. And eventually Zanik is helped up by the training staff. So Zanik will surely be replaced, as to by whom we have yet to confirm. And we do hope that it's nothing serious. Zanik is replaced by Cara de Blasio. Final 5 minutes here. And judging by that Zanik pause, we may see around 2 minutes of stoppage time, assuming that the refereeing staff sees it fit. Thrown forward. Back pass, Gupta and company. Applying the pressure necessary. As it's starting to rain goals here, perhaps. This could be number 5. Sachi Negri, unable to touch it, just barely going out of bounds. Again, 56 degrees Fahrenheit here. So we got 1 degree Fahrenheit warmer, weirdly enough. The wind's still present as ever, 10 miles per hour, 19 miles per hour in terms of gusts. Non-stop precipitation. As de Blasio, she has to make sure she's onside. I don't believe she was. Sachi Negri can clear it forward. Had she received the pass, the refereeing staff would have had to convene to discuss whether the defender purposefully played the ball, as BCFC continues looking for the 5th. Along the ground it goes as she dribbles it outward. And that's certainly a case of the turf monster. Stopping the winger from what could have been another goal contribution. As Kiliski has her pass interrupted. Kiliski relying on Caneda, as Nicolette Caneda, unable to get to the ball first. Dangerous pass. Perry, very calm. Attacking the right flank. Tatiana Austin suddenly turning on the afterburners, attempting to stun her opponent, poked the ball once, winning the throw-in. Good hustling play by Tatiana Austin. We find ourselves in final 3-minute territory, although it's about to be 2. Ball goes out for a throw-in. Again, behind the camera is Nicholas Marshall. Cleaning, of course, our equipment due to the non-stop precipitation. I am Sean Cabrera on the mic, and you are watching the final minutes here of this season opening bout for both Downtown United Soccer Club and the, for now victorious, Brooklyn City Football Club. 4-1 is the scoreline. 4 of those goals occurring in this second half as she's onside, opting for power, though not for placement. Goal kick for Dusk. Final 90 seconds. 90 seconds and counting, of course. Goal kick played short, intercepted. Brooklyn City FC for 5 wide. Just a barrage of shots from Brooklyn City FC. Cradle. Gupta. Back to Cradle. Being pressed by a sea of black jerseys. That front line of 2 almost transforms itself every now and then to one of 4. Some grisly offense on display. They have been vicious, looking for the 5th now. Inside the penalty area. Oh, that one came down with a lot of ferocity as well. It wasn't a million miles away. One has to admire the aggressiveness from Brooklyn City FC. Despite this 3-goal lead, the Brooklynites are hungry for more and continue high pressing. That is dedication. Perry slipping whilst passing, though it works out in her favor, fortunately for her. Lily. Lily through pass. Austin is onside. Austin with another chance. Goal contribution. Just wide again. She was onside, unable to open up her hip exactly when the ball was crossed in. That should have been 5 for sure. She knows it herself, although de Blasio, with this positioning and this aggressiveness, could find another opportunity. Gupta stripped of the ball. Brooklyn City Football Club now burning the final seconds now that the official has confirmed only 1 minute of stoppage time. A last-ditch effort. Ball goes out of bounds for a goal kick. And that will be the final kick of the ball here in this Women's Premier Soccer League season opening bout. Brooklyn City Football Club put the pedal to the metal and found a 4-1 victory in convincing fashion. An inseparable, or I should say near inseparable first half that only saw 1 goal in favor of the Brooklynites is followed up by a goal-heavy second half. Again, Brooklyn City FC at one point had a 4-0 lead. 2 of those goals had happened within a 3-minute range of one another between the 56th and 58th, if not 59th minute, give or take. Likewise, that final goal, or 2 of those goals in the second half from Brooklyn City FC, coming from outside the 18-yard box. However, Dusk got a response of its own. A goal of moral victory at the end from a dead ball assist to make the scoreline 4-1. But BCFC only replied with some high pressing of its own. It's a well-deserved win for the players in black and turquoise. Again, 4-1 is the scoreline here. However, stay exactly where you are. Post-match action isn't too far away. Again, behind the cameras with Nicholas Marshall, I am Sean Cabrera, reminding you to stay tuned for some post-match action. This is the Women's Premier Soccer League on Game in Frame.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
So live from Brooklyn, New York, alongside me first is Kaylee Goodrich. Kaylee, you were responsible for 2 of the 4 goals scored by Brooklyn City FC, notably in the second half. However, what really made those 2 goals special was the fact that both of them came from outside the 18-yard box. So my question to you is, what provoked you pulling the trigger from so far away? Not on 1, but 2 occasions.
Honestly, most of my shots always come out from outside the 18-yard box, so it's a slippery day. I put them on the floor, and 1 slipped under the keeper, 1 to the corner. So lucky, and yeah.
You say lucky, but you also have to give credit to the fact that you had the instinct to even go for it in the first place.
Okay.
So congratulations, of course, on those 2 goals. Now, alongside you, we do have Kira Faveke. So, Kira, you were responsible as well for the first goal, the opening goal, season opener, game opener. How does it feel to see that ball crash the back of the net?
It feels good. It's fun. This is my second season with Brooklyn City, and Dusk was a tough opponent last year, so this is a fun way to start.
Now, it was a tight first half. However, the second half spilt into goal chaos. So what was said in that locker room for all this to occur?
I mean, I think the first half we actually did have a lot of chances, so it was basically just to continue what we were doing and clean up our defensive shape a little bit, but not stop, and the motto was work hard, so that's what we did.
Work hard, play hard, clearly shown today with that 4-1 victory. Thank you very much, Kira. And last, but certainly not least, it's your coach. Thank you very much. No. It's okay. All right, coach.
I got you.
Well, it's tied to my wrist. Yeah, let's get that out there.
Bloopers.
So, coach, 4-1, season opener. How does this dictate the momentum moving forward for Brooklyn City FC?
Well, it's always good to get out of the gates in, the first match under us, especially with such a convincing performance. The score was great, but the performance was good. And this is the first year that we've, had such a deep player pool. We've been practicing already for a couple of weeks. We're always nervous as the first game comes out. Can we put it together? Can we get the principles that we wanted in place? So I was real happy that we got onto them early. We scored early in the first half, and then we scored 2 goals early in the second half, which makes a big difference.
Now, I also want to know, I did ask Kira, of course, but I want to hear from you yourself. Locker room talks. 1 goal in the first half, suddenly, just like this precipitation, raining with goals in the second set of 45 minutes. What happened there? What changed, at least tactically, for Brooklyn City FC?
I don't know if it really changed tactically. We just want to play this very aggressive style of soccer when we have the ball, with a lot of forward movement, a lot of forward runs. Kira and Kaylee were very modest in their assessment of their goal scoring, but those are players that score goals, and we have several of them. So we get them close to the goal. We get them in situations where they can convert like they did. I just told them in the second half as we came out, look, it's only a 1-0 game. So we give up a goal, they're right back in it. And let's just come out with this attitude that we're going to get the shutout. So I am a little disappointed that we gave up the goal. But nonetheless, we were dangerous in the final third and had a lot of opportunities to score.
I can absolutely agree with that. Absolutely lethal in the final third. Coach, thank you very much, and congratulations on this 4-1 victory.
Thank you. We'll see you. See you next game. Come
out
to support us.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, of course, on behalf of Nicholas Marshall, I am Sean Cabrera, thanking you for tuning into this transmission of the Women's Premier Soccer League, a match in which Brooklyn City FC emerges victorious 4-1 versus its Downtown United Soccer Club foes. Again, behind the cameras, Nicholas Marshall, I am Sean Cabrera, and this has been the WPSL, the Women's Premier Soccer League, on Game in Frame.